Good morning, students. Last class I gave you a short introduction on metallurgy. What is metallurgy and what are the objectives of learning this chapter? Today we are going to start the lesson with concentration of ore. As I have told you yesterday that concentration of ore means we are going to remove the impurities which are associated with the ore. So the process of removal of unwanted material from the ore is called the concentration of ore. Okay. Now the concentration of ore is also known as the dressing or benefaction of ore. The separation of the required material of the ore is actually dependent on the physical properties of the compound, that is of the metallic ore, and also on the properties of the gangue. So there are numerous methods of concentration of ore and they are chosen based on the properties of the metallic ore as well as based on the properties of the gangue. The concentration process is actually designed to produce a concentrate consisting permanently or predominantly of valuable minerals with an accepted degree of locking with the gangue, minerals which may require further grinding to promote optimum release of the minerals. That means the concentration of ore is actually carried out mainly to segregate the impurities or the gangue materials from the ore so that there is a good amount of metal which is present in the ore and which can be extracted easily. Okay, and the concentration of ore may also require the grinding of the particular metallic ore so that it releases or it helps in segregation of the impurities as well as the minerals. Now, what are the different methods which are used generally for the concentration of ore? The first method which we will study here is actually the hydraulic washing. If you look at the diagram, you will see that here a crushed ore is taken in a funnel shaped apparatus and it is allowed, the crushed ore is allowed to pass through it in the slanting or the sloping table. Then you will see that there is a pressure of water which is created through this and then it is allowed to pass through the ore. Now actually what happens when this pressurized water is allowed to pass through the ore, the heavier metals they will settle at the bottom of the at the bottom of the container which is actually taken for collecting the impurities or the gangue which is associated with the water. Okay, so here if you see the name hydraulic here means operated by the pressure created by forcing water or another liquid. So washing the ore with water is also known as hydraulic washing. The gold mines generally they use the hydraulic washing to wash off the impurities. So what is done actually here, an upward stream of running water is used to wash the powdered ore. The lighter particles of the gangue are washed away and the heavier one they are left behind. Okay, so it is due to the difference in the specific gravities of the ore and the impurities. So this is also known as the gravity separation. Next is magnetic separation. So here as the name suggests, magnetic separation, it means that the ore may have the metals which will have some magnetic properties. Okay, so this is a process of separating components of mixture by using magnets which is used to attract the magnetic materials. The process that is used for magnetic separation that detaches the non-magnetic material with those who are magnetic. It is based on the difference in the magnetic properties of one of the ore components. Now here you can see it actually needs a electromagnetic separator and you can see there is a leather belt over which the ore is allowed to pass. There are two rollers, one is a magnetic roller, another is a non-magnetic roller. Okay, and the ore is allowed to pass through this belt. So as a result, what happens? The non-magnetic part of the ore will not be attracted by the magnet, and it fails to form a separate heat at a distance. So it will fall at a separate heat when it will be collected at a distance. Okay. Then the magnetic part of the ore, which will be attracted by the magnetic roller, it will cling to the belt for a longer distance. It will form another heat. You can see here there are two collectors. In these two collectors, you will see that there one collector is there which is for the non-magnetic ingredient, and another collector is there where the magnetic ingredient will be collected. So magnetic separation, as the name suggests, you can see that the magnetic ore means the different ores of iron can be separated by this method. Now next is a very important method which is known as the froth flotation method. So what is flotation? It is the process of separation of beneficial minerals from a mixture by creating froth. You can see in the picture where it is shown that there is a froth here. Such ores containing multiple metals. That means this particular method is actually used for those minerals which may contain multiple ores. Suppose zinc sulfide and lead sulfide. Sulfide ores are generally concentrated by this method. Okay, so here you see such ores containing multiple metals such as lead, copper and zinc can be selectively extracted by using froth flotation. The principle of the froth flotation is that the sulfide ores, they are preferentially wetted by pine oil, and the gangue particles which are associated with it are wetted by water. So collectors like pine oil, fatty acids and xanthates are added to heat. Again, we need to add some froth stabilizers also to stabilize the froth like cresols and aniline. Then depressants are also added to separate the two sulfide ores. Especially the depressants like sodium cyanide is used to prevent zinc sulfide from coming to the froth but allows the lead sulfide to come to the froth. So these are the specific use of collectors, froth stabilizers and depressants in the froth flotation method. Then the next is another very important method that is called leaching. Now what is the main principle behind the process of leaching? Leaching is the process of extracting minerals from a solid by dissolving them in a liquid. Need not be always a solvent. The solvent or the soluble particles dissolve in this liquid. They leave behind an insoluble particles which may be separated comfortably. So here we need a solvent in which the particular ore will be soluble in the solvent. Now in the extraction of aluminium, so aluminium, gold, silver, generally this kind of metals are generally concentrated by the process of leaching. Now in the extraction of aluminium from what bauxite ore, the significance of leaching is to concentrate the pure alumina from the bauxite ore. Now here you will see how the process of concentration is done with the help of the process of leaching. So bauxite generally contains some impurities with it. What impurities it will have? It will have silica, it will have iron oxide, it will have titanium oxide as the impurities. So in the process of leaching, alumina is first concentrated by digesting the powdered ore with concentrated solution of sodium hydroxide at a temperature of 473 to 523 Kelvin and 35 to 36 bar. Under these conditions, what happens? The alumina, they will dissolve and they will form sodium meta-aluminate, and silicon dioxide dissolves sodium silicate, leaving behind the impurities. So here you will see aluminum oxide reacts with sodium hydroxide and water, giving behind the sodium aluminate. The aluminate solution, then it will be neutralized by passing carbon dioxide and it will be hydrated as aluminum oxide will be precipitate. So here you see sodium aluminate plus carbon dioxide, it will give hydrated aluminum oxide plus sodium bicarbonate. Now the sodium silicate, that will remain in the solution, and the hydrated aluminum oxide will be filtered, dried and heated to get the pure alumina. Now in the metallurgy of silver and gold, also the respective metal is leached with a dilute solution of sodium cyanide or potassium cyanide in the presence of air, from which the metal will be obtained by replacement. So here you see 4M, M stands for silver or gold, plus the sodium cyanide or the potassium cyanide, plus water in the presence of air. It will give you the complex along with the hydroxyl ions. So here you will see that the leaching process will be done with the help of a particular solvent, in which you will see that the metallic ore will be soluble. Okay. So these are actually the 4 processes by the help of which we can see that the concentration of ores can be done. You can expect some questions from froth flotation process and from leaching this year, as because the coming year, as because this year we did not get any question on. There was one question on this on froth flotation regarding the depressant, but there was no question on leaching. So you can expect the questions of leaching, how the alumina, extraction of alumina, what is the significance of leaching, or they may also ask you that what is the importance of sodium cyanide or potassium cyanide in the metallurgy of silver and gold. So this kind of questions can be expected from this part, the coming board exam. So students, please go through it, and especially in the leaching part, you need to emphasize the chemical reactions involved. Please go through your NCERT textbook. You will see there are 3 steps which shows the 3 reactions of the metallic ore with the sodium hydroxide resulting in the formation of sodium aluminate, and then how we get hydrated aluminum oxide. So these 3 steps you need to practice very nicely. And in the part of froth flotation, you need to emphasize more on what are the collectors, froth stabilizers and depressants. And of course, please try to understand and be very clear with the principles underlying in each of these methods of concentration of ore. So that's all for today. Thank you, my dear students, and have a nice day ahead.